Oh my gosh, Uma, I can't believe I have you back. It's been so long. Gosh, it must be longer still for you considering I've been sleeping most of this year. I am so glad you're all right. Queen Sorelia mentioned that they had taught you a couple of tricks. Let's see if we can figure out what they are. Okay, I think I need a stick to access your skills. Okay. So we have some planks and a stick. Now I think it's a stick. Okay, cool. So let's see what you have. Your level 5 Happy Eater increases the MP of your dog you get from food items 10% per level. In addition, level 3 lets your dog eat rotten flesh. At level 5, you can eat fish. Uma, we're gonna be eating some fish. Let's see. Your swimmer dog, too, allows you to ride the dog in the water and breathe longer underwater. Maxing it allows the rider to see easily underwater as well. Girl, we're gonna go swimming for some fish. All right, you're also a fisher dog. Whenever your dog enters the water, it may catch a fish, which it will give to you when it shakes itself dry. The chance of catching a fish increases with each level, and any points in Hellhound may cause the fish to be pre-cooked. Mastering the skill lets your dog breathe underwater. Oh, perfect. You can breathe underwater and you'll go fishing. You know what? The fish, though, that would actually help us if we have a squid pet. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about the squid pet. We need a squid pet. That would really help us out in the water. You also have a point in Hellhound, which will help in cooking some of the fish, and you'll also set things on fire while attacking. Good for you, girl. All right, so those seem to be all of your skills, which is fantastic. We can always craft you some more. We can always get you some more treats, and then you'll learn some even more skills. But for now, let's see if we can head to my base and maybe craft up one of the squid pets. I think that'll really help us out, especially if we have to go looking for one of those mana pool. We have no idea if we're gonna need to swim in water to find one. So let's head home, see if we can craft a squid pet, and we'll go and find a mana pool. Okay, Uma, it's just around here somewhere. All right, here it is, Uma. What do you think? Okay, I can hear your judgment. I know it's a little rough. Okay, so it's a literal hole in the wall. I get it, but what did you expect? I spent every moment since I woke up trying to get you back, and now that we're back together, we can work on building a new house together. Thanks, Ursula. You picked a nice area to lay low and hide. I'm sure it'll make a lovely home now that we're together. Yay! Well, anyway, we'll get some materials and start building soon. Our first priority is to find a mana pool and unlock our Siren sorcery. But where do we start? You think a higher vantage point? Oh! We might be able to see more of the land when we're up higher. Good idea, Uma. Uma? Oh. You know, I haven't explored our whole cave yet. Maybe it could let us out closer to the top of the mountain. Come on, Uma, let's go check it out. Did you just eat a fish? You can just eat fish when it's on the floor? That's good to know. All right, let's see if there's anything else further here. This is a very watery cavern. I did not expect there to be this much water over here, Uma. It's a good thing you can swim. It's nice that this cavern's all lit up, though. That's really helpful. Well, now that there's no more water, maybe we can just run. Oh, I think this is the end over here. Here we go. Here's some grass. Look at the view! This is incredible! We got an autumnal forest over here. We got some fir trees over there. Ooh, bird nests! There's so many birds. Uma, this is a crazy view. But do we see any mana pools? Let's maybe go all the way to the top. Is there anything worth investigating over here? Let's see, that just looks like normal water. A lot of this just looks like normal water. Maybe let's check the front of the mountain. Yeah, okay, I know the front of the mountain is where we came from, but maybe it's just easier to see from up here. Okay, so that's our pond in front. Wait a minute. That's water, and that's darker water. That's gotta be something. All right, Uma, let's go. Uma? All right, Uma, we need to go investigate that pond. And what is this? I mean, It doesn't look like any water I've seen before. I'm kind of scared to jump in it. Maybe we just throw the book that Dr. Lorinora gave us and just hope for the best? Okay. Here we go. Oh, what is happening? Whoa! It transformed! Whoa, whoa, what is happening? I'm floating? This is so cool. Uma! Be careful, Uma, you're gonna go flying. A Spellforger's Codex. What are we gonna do with this? Well, I know we're gonna read it, Uma. Of course we're gonna read a book. Okay, so it's the 5 steps to becoming a sorceress. Items and blocks, mobs, and dimensions. Dimensions? Uma, this is getting intense. Okay, the 5 steps to becoming a sorceress. Step 1 is mana. Learn about what mana is and why you want it so badly. Step 2 is garbs. Learn about the wardrobe you should be using. Step 3, Nokre. Learn about pearls and their magical properties. Step 4, structures. Learn about the structures you'll need to build. Step 5, spell creation. Learn how to create your very first spell, finally! Yay! Okay, so this is gonna take some researching, and it's gonna be night soon. Uma, let's head back to the base where it's safe, and I'll start my studies. It's morning already. I've been reading all night. Alright, Uma, alright, I'm up. Alright, Uma, I did learn a couple of things, and there's a couple of things that we need to craft. Apparently just, getting the spell book and hopping in that mana pool is not all it takes for me to be a sorceress. Apparently there's a couple of things we have to craft. We have to craft a magic syringe to kind of infuse ourselves with a little bit of magic, and that'll really kind of get us the start that we need for siren sorcery. So we need a couple pieces of glass, and we're also going to need a magician's work table, which means we need a couple of special logs, and to do that we are still going to need that mana pool. So it's a really good thing that it's really close. Okay, so let's get crafting. First, we're going to need some wood because we need it for the table. So I'm just gonna grab some of these logs here. We don't really need that many. I think if I just throw in a couple of logs, I'll get both of these trees since they're really small trees anyway. We'll throw this in the mana pool. We should get some magical logs. We'll see them in a minute. But we do need a bit of glass. We need 6 pieces. Here's some sand. 5, 6. Okay, let's head back and smelt this sand. And then... ooh. I'm gonna need a book. Okay, some sand. Oh, I have some books. Perfect. Okay, so we have the glass. Let's make these panes. And then I think it's like this. Okay, we have an empty syringe. Oh, guys, I'm not good with needles. Okay, back at the mana pool, we should just be able to take some of the mana out of here like this. Okay, I got a mana booster light. Okay, this is gonna sting. Did it work? Okay, I think it worked. I don't really feel any different. Oh, Oma, be careful. Okay, now the other thing I need is to get some of the magical wood. Okay, I think that's transformed. Uma, be careful! Come here, Uma. I did read in the book that too much mana can actually be a little harmful. So, Uma, you gotta be careful. So we have the wisdom log. I think we've injected ourselves with the mana. So we should just be able to craft up our little workbench. Okay, so I think we need some of these. 2 of those. And a book. Cool, we got a magician's work table. Okay, now this should be how we craft our first spell, officially. Can I put this? That's a way to do it. Oh, we are actually gonna need one of these knock pearls. It's basically mother of pearl. Liquid that pearls are formed as known as mother of pearl is very thick, pale, and iridescent liquid that is able to channel mana quite flawlessly. To get this liquid, simply throw a golden nugget into liquid mana and they'll mix together into resplendent stuff. Now, as far as why you want this, with it you can create Nakra pearls, which can be infused with spells to cast them to make a Nakra pearl. Take a glass orb and throw it in the milky liquid. There are 6 levels of Nakra pearl quality. Wasted is the worst. Then drain, flawed, decent, potent, and finally apex. You'll ideally want apex pearls, but that takes careful effort to make. The worse the quality of the pearl, the weaker the spell, and the more mana it consumes. To get the highest quality pearl, you must keep the glass orb in the Nakra for exactly 30 seconds. Any more reduces quality, but any less does too. This isn't required, of course. Apex pearls are good, but you'll do fine with potent and decent quality pearls. You'll be using these pearls later on in spell infusion. Okay, so we might need actually to go get and kind of separate out some of the mana, because I don't want to turn it all into the mother of pearl stuff. Do I have more iron? Yes, I do. So let's grab a bucket of this, and I'm going to quickly... Uma, if you can stay here while you are recovering from the little bit of mana that you had. I'm just gonna quickly go get a bucket of mana. Okay. For convenience, I put down 2 little mana pools here. Why is that one? Oh, it's because... whoops. I guess it kind of glows a little bit when you drop any item in it, even if it doesn't change it. Okay, so now that we have that, we do need 1 gold nugget. Okay, a gold nugget. Okay, is that changing? Ooh! That was fancy. Take a glass orb and throw it into liquid. Okay, so we need to make a glass orb. Okay, we got a bunch. Okay, so now we have to count to 30 while we wait for this to do its thing. All right, let's give this a shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, what do we get? Potent. Just a little underdone. Okay, let's see if we can get an apex one. 26, 27. 28, 29, 30. Potent, just a little overdone. Okay, let's try one more time. 27, 28, 29, 30. Just a little underdone. Okay, well, that's gonna take a little bit more practice. We do have a couple of pearls though, so let's see how we can craft some spells. This is the step where you actually make your spells. You're finally ready. To start off, make yourself a magician's work table and place it down. Once you open it up, you'll see several things. It's very important that you carry this codex in your inventory while making a spell. I'll tell you why in a bit. To your top left, you will see 3 sidebars. The top left sidebar is for shape components. Shape components will control how your spell will be cast. Like if you want to cast as a beam, or as a projectile, or upon smacking something, as a zone, etc. Top right of the shapes are the effect components. These control what your spell actually does. If you want some lightning spell, a time slowing spell, a slippery spell, a gravity well, etc. Below the shapes are event components. These filter out everything else. For example, when you run a projectile spell, it'll run on entities and or blocks regardless. With an event component, you'll be able to affect only entities. Okay, so that makes sense. Let's see if that helps. Okay, so this is how, and this is what it does, and these are the events. To make your first spell, drag the shape component onto the piece of paper in the center, then drag an effect component to the center, then hold down, right-click, and drag from the shape component to the effect component of your paper. You will see a connecting line, and this line direction matters. Connecting it in reverse won't work. This is because doing it like this tells your spell that it will first run a projectile shape, and then the projectile shape hits and needs to run its effect. It will run to the effect you pass it to. The opposite is an effect shape that doesn't know how to actually start, so it fizzles out. Try this example. Drag projectile shape and a freeze effect. Right-click, drag from projectile shape to the freeze effect. Okay, so let's see. Projectile and frost. Right-click, drag. Spell is valid. Whoa, that was really cool. Now that you saved your spell, check the spell recipe bookmark in this book. Okay, here we go. You will see that a list of items that you need to gather and throw into the crafting plate in order. Fill your mana battery up with mana, then throw your necro pearl into the crafting plate. Finally, wait for your spell to craft for a minute. You'll be greeted with an explosion of mana around the necro pearl sitting at the center of the plate. You now have a spell-infused pearl at your disposal. Craft it with an empty staff to mount it to it. Then you can use your staff to cast your spell. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Oh, I have to craft a mana battery. The structure is a massive reservoir of mana. As any wizard will quickly learn, this is the center of your powers. The mana battery's core can absorb mana far more efficiently than any other method of storage. To fill it, set mana orbs on the pillars in the structure. It'll discharge its power to mana orbs outside of the battery's pillars, allowing for automatic and efficient. The structure is technically not required. You can manually replace emptied mana orbs in your other structures to feed the mana. Ooh boy, this is complicated. Oh, well that explains my mana bar. Once you've injected mana, you might be wondering why you don't have a bar showing how much you have. Well, although the mana is flowing in your bloodstream right now, you simply cannot channel it yet. Great! This is why you don't skip chapters, Uma. Angels are bits of divinity, and their grace allows them to have constant supply of mana, but you don't have it that easy. You'll have to make do with what's called a crude halo instead of a glorious one of an angel. Once you equip the crude halo, you'll be able to see your mana bar. Oh, next up is the cape. Capes are not storages, but they are conduits, aiding wizards in mana transference and reducing mana loss. Once you craft yourself a cape, wear it and do not take it off. The cape will get stronger the longer you wear it. At first, it barely reduces spell cost, but after you wear it for prolonged periods of time, it can reduce mana spell cost down to a quarter of what it was. Capes might be glorious and powerful, but they are fickle, and they will easily give up their loyalty to another because one wizard is the same as another to them. If you can cheat a master out of their cape, it's the same as if you'd worn it for years yourself. So if you happen to find a beautiful billowing cape on another rapidly cooling body, there's no harm in peeling it off and trying it on. It really doesn't matter how they died, a cape's a cape. Alright, good to know. So we need a cape and a halo. Okay, so we need 6 leather and some mana orbs and 4 gold. Oh boy, we're gonna have to go mining. Okay, Uma, so this magic's gonna take me a little bit longer than I anticipated. Yeah, okay, I know. I should have studied harder. I'm sorry, Uma. I didn't read it entirely well, okay? It was late. What do you want me to do? Okay, so next steps. We've been injected with mana. We need to make a halo, which means I need to go mining for a little bit of gold. And we do need some leather for a cape. And we also have to build a couple of structures. So I'm not ready to build a couple of structures just yet. We don't even have a house yet. So, Uma, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we build ourselves a proper house, and then we'll go make ourselves a crude halo, make ourselves a cape, build all those structures that we need, because I still have to figure out what materials those even need, and then we finish our magic training. You think that makes sense, Uma? I'm pretty sure that's all I can really do right now. You think that's a good idea? Great, because it's the only one I have. Besides, the monster that Dr. Lorenora mentioned has been dormant for over a year. I'm sure there's no rush in me learning my magic anyway. Come on, Uma, let's go build a house.